Hi, this is Judd with Presenter Media. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take our pre-made layout designs, make edits to them, and save them out as a layout draft that you can access later inside your customizable clip art, animations, and customizable videos that you can replace the layout design with your layout that you made. So let's get started. And if you're coming over from the newsletter, you can click on try it out, and it will open up this book right here, this book cover we can start with. If you're not coming from the newsletter, you can just type in the search up here, book cover, and do a search. And make sure under filters that you got clip art and custom selected. That'll help narrow down the books that come up, and it's right here. That's the one we want. So I'm going to click on customize and download, and it opens up the work area. And so we want to get started. You'll have your preview over here, your work area, and then your menu, insert menu over here on the left. And layouts are selected, and I can click through layouts, and you can see they update over here in the preview, the 3D preview, automatically. But we're going to go to this layout, cook it up, and that's what you'll see from the newsletter, and we'll get started with that. So I'm going to do some editing to the text here. So this text right here, if I go up to quick edit, I'm just going to change these text boxes and click enter. And you can see down here it updated the text to my name. And I'm going to change this cook it up to just cook it up Judd. And over here I'm just changing it in these text boxes again and click enter. Right now the text went to 2 lines because the selection box is not long enough to hold the text that I put in there. So if I just click on this center circle right here and drag up, you can see that it jumps to 1 line. And if I click on these outer circles, it will resize the text box. That looks good. And this apple, I'm gonna resize by clicking on the circles on the outer edge and just move over that O. That looks good. And I want my own logo in here instead of this logo placeholder. So if I go over here to the insert menu and go to my media and uploads, this is where all my customized designs live that I can add to my work area as well. But I'm going to go to uploads, and I have a lot of uploads, so I'm just going to type in PM because I believe that's in the name of the logo icon that I have in there. I can either add it by clicking on it and just deleting this one out and putting that one in place, or I can drag and drop on top of that one and it replaces it automatically. And I want this to be white and not blue. So with it selected, I can go up to where it says edit image and click on filters, and that will open up the filters options underneath effects. And I'm going to use the brightness filter and just brighten it up all the way. And you can see that it changed to white. And this brown background I'm going to change as well. But first I'm going to add some different photos in here. I like pancakes, but I'm going to go with something a little spicier. And I'm going to type in the search, just hot wings. And there's some hot wings. I'm going to pull those over and just drop them on top of the other picture. And I can move and resize this crop area to whatever part of the image I want to show. We'll get some of that stuff up here. The hot sauce and maybe sour cream, I bet that is. Update the placeholder, and you can see that loads in nicely. And I'm going to change this fire to, let's see, in the summer, I like to barbecue and grill out. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we'll just throw grill some meat here, and I can change the size of this crop shape for this image and move it around to get the part I want to show up. And that looks good. Update placeholder, and you can see that automatically updates over here. And I'm going to change the background, the brown color. Just click on the brown background color and go up to the top menu bar and find the color selector right here. and click on that. And I'm going to use this color, this eyedropper, to pick a color. So I choose that, and you can see that I can now choose a color. I'm going to choose it from the smoke and pick something like that. That looks good. And I think that's all the edits I'm going to do for this layout. I'll keep those eggs in there on this picture. And if I go to 3D preview now, you can see that it's updated to have my new layout in there. So I got my layout where I want it, so I want to save that to use on other customizable items. So if I go up to the top left, I want to name this. So I'm going to name it, just cook it up. And then I have unsaved changes. I do want to save those changes, so I click click that to save changes, and it said it's saved. Good. And now I can go underneath File right here. This is where you'll find your layouts that you can add to your customizable projects. And go to My Layouts, and yep, there it is right there. And I could, this already has that in there, so I could load it in right now if I wanted to, but we'll go to a different item and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to download this cookbook here. So down here where it says clear gradient, GRAD is gradient, or color, I'm just going to click on gradient to add a gradient background. And I can select from these different preset colors and change my own colors, but I'm just going to go with this gray and click build and download. And now I have my item downloaded. Actually, I'm going to go back. So click build another, and it'll just go back to the item you're working on. I'm going to click on this 3D preview and just rotate it around. So to rotate it, I'm just clicking the left mouse button and holding, and right mouse button to drag it around. And then to zoom in, I can just use this little tool here. That looks good, just so I can get that spine. And right now it's going outside of, it'll be clipped off because of the shaded area here. So if I go down here, I can change the size of how it's going to come out, how this clip art item is going to come out. So I just want to make it wider, and I'm going to zoom in just a touch. That's good. And let's see, I'm going to go back down here, build and download. Okay, that looks better. It's got, I can see my spine that I customized and the cover of the book. So I'm going to save to my media. I could download to my computer, but I'm going to save to my media. And that's going to save to store it for later use, to download it or redo it. And it's also going to give me the option to download it, but I'm going to cancel that. And I'm going to click on the X. It says build another, but this is to close that out as well. And I'm going to go to My Media and Uploads up here in the left part. So you'll have two My Media and Uploads. One is inside the customizer. If I click redo, one's inside the customizer here, which is kind of a basic version of My Media and Downloads. And one is in the upper right corner where I can preview items that I've customized. I can download them, save them, so they're stored forever. After 90 days, items get deleted to save space, but you can save them forever just by clicking save. You can redo, delete from here. And also, this is where your drafts go. So up here, you have your downloads, and then you have your drafts. If I click on drafts, you can see the draft that I just saved is now stored in here, that I can click edit and make changes to that and save it back out. Let's see, but we're gonna go back. We're gonna search for a new item to add this to. So I'm gonna search for sidewalk sign up here and click on search, and I'm gonna look for this sidewalk sign. Again, I was under filters, I was under clip art and custom searching for this. I'm gonna click customize, and it opens up with this sign. And to load that new layout that I just created, that layout draft, go underneath File right here, and go to My Layouts, and just click on the preview of that. And you can see that loaded in. And that layout draft is wide. It's in widescreen format, and this item here is not. It's more vertical. So what I can do is, instead of moving individual pieces over, I can hit Control A or Command A So Control A on Windows to select all. You can see it selected everything on my work area, and I can just drag it over using the mouse and position it where I want it. That looks good. I'm not gonna do really anything else except for add the background color down here, and I'm gonna stick with the gray and white background and click Build and Download. Okay, I got my next item. You can also I'm gonna go close out of this. You can also select Clear, and you can see that it has no background, and that's good for like PowerPoint or Google Slides or any other editing program where you want to place it over a background. If I, let's see, I'm going to add a gradient back in there and build. So this is good for if you want to put something on Instagram or Facebook, good for social media posts. Let's save, I can't remember if I saved that to my media. Maybe I did. I'm going to do it again. And I'm not going to download it this time. Again, here we go. I'm not going to download it. I'm just going to close it out by that X and go to my media now. And you can see that these items are now saved in there. I can also save them forever, do the same thing, download, redo if I want to redo it or delete it. Okay, that's how you load these layouts, how you edit a layout and then save it as a draft to load on different projects, different customizable projects. So you can be done here and sign off and start kind of playing around with it yourself and making your own designs and add them to different customizable projects. Or I'm going to keep on going, and I'll do a few more if you want to watch me customize those and add the layout to those. So here I go. I'm going to add a few more. I'm going to type in coffee. Coffee cup. And let's see, I'll go with this coffee cup. Click customize. And this one's set up in a kind of, it looks widescreen. It's wider. And I'm gonna go to File, My Layouts, and add that layout. And you can see that it adds it to the cup over here. And this work area has a guide that says front center of cup, so you can tell where you need to move stuff to get it in the center of the cup. So I can move all this over if I wanted to and center it here by selecting the different pieces of it. I'm holding Shift right now and clicking. That will select multiple things. And I could drag this over and drop it here. And you can see it updates here. Whoops, I have this text behind here. I'll shift click that as well and move that over. And I'll resize it by clicking on the outer corner circles. And that looks pretty good. It's sized where I want it. I can move this out of the way. Since they can't really see it, I'm just gonna delete those items out. And I'm gonna save that out. I could have also went in here, since this is a real-time interactive clip art, I could move the coffee cup around, and I could have focused on it over on this side as well, but I'm just gonna keep it there. Since I moved it over already, I'm just gonna keep it where it's at. And I can also change the color of the lid, the coffee cup lid. So I'm gonna click on the color selector here and click on the eyedropper tool to pick a color. And I'm gonna pick a color from that apple. All right, that looks good. I got a red lid and kind of matches the apple there. I'm gonna add a gradient. I'm gonna go with the gray color again, just to continue with the gray theme. That looks good. Okay, and I'm gonna build and download. And you can see that it's downloaded the new graphic. Again, if download a clear graphic that has a clear background, if you use it in an editing program like PowerPoint or Google Slides or any other program that you use like marketing to make marketing material or use for school to show lesson material to your kids. It would be good to maybe have a clear background. That's up to you whether you choose to or not. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to save to my media. And I'm not going to download it to my computer right now. I'm going to close out of this window, and I'm going to go to My Media and Uploads. And now that coffee cup is there, ready for me to use, and whatever I choose to use it in. And I can download it here, redo it, delete it, and I'll click the save. Click to save. If you're on the free plan, that option is not available to you, so you'll have to upgrade to the unlimited plan if you want to be able to save your items forever. If not, they'll be deleted after 90 days, so just make sure you download them if you want to keep them. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to cover in this video. Thanks for following along.